What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S, part of Dead Media Group, presented by AlphaClinicOnline.com. Goddamn. AlphaClinicOnline.com is the go-to website for all things enhancement. Listen, a lot of you guys' hormones are really out of whack right now. You're not handling rejection. You're not handling things the proper way. It could be that you need to go get your blood levels checked. Let us check this out. Like, people are ending friendships apparently over guys that wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire. You heard about. We'll talk about this a little bit. It's not sports related, but it's funny. Actually, it is. We're going to make it sports related because one of my favorite running backs and the guy who was running in the same party, like, now they have something in common. 34. But we'll get into that here in a little bit. So again, if you're a snowflake and you are easily offended, one, this probably isn't the show for you. Two, you probably need to go to alphacliniconline.com. Go get that kind of stuff. Let them get that blood work fixed, and let's block the estrogen in men, and let's control the estrogen in women, and let's get that testosterone to the right levels so that we can be real men out here. One of the most like Jerry Seinfeld, I don't know what arc Jerry Seinfeld is going, but like Jerry Seinfeld is really doubling down on with what's that thing called? What is this? He's going far right. Oh, really? Yeah, Seinfeld. It's crazy, man. Like, he's saying, like, first he was like, you can't get away with things that you used to get away with, and I'm like, I don't know if he's been listening to comedy, but you can get away with whatever you want to get away with. You just got to be willing to stand on it. That's the problem, is people don't want to stand on shit no more. Chappelle stands on everything he says. So it seems like he gets away. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch every Chappelle stand-up. Like, at a certain point, you just cater to your base. You're right. And Seinfeld is saying these things, but then Seinfeld says, what did he say? He's like, I miss men being men. He's like, I like a man. I like my men. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. Pause that, man. You got to throw a pause in on that, man. Like,
also, he's a writer. He's not like a handyman or like this ultra.
He's rich. Dude. He's definitely not that. That's the part that trips me out. Is like, oh wow, like, with my men, like, hey, shut up.
Yeah, read a book, man.
Like you're a comedian. Like, a comedian, you made your life off of making. I don't want to say this because I like comedians, because I think they all serve a purpose, and some of them are actual tough guys, but most of them were the guys that learned the best way to not get bullied is to make people laugh. Right. And that's what you did, Jerry. Like, chill out on the machismo. Yeah, you might have too much testosterone going on in his life. He needs a little more balance.
And don't assign the death of comedy to one political party. It's the whole
thing. Yeah. It was crazy. You know how crazy was it? What did we do? Wednesday through the middle of Thursday was the craziest period of life for me. I got called a coon. I was accosted on social. Like, the dude didn't even listen to it. He just straight up let his thumbs fly. All because I wore the 4.5, the Air 4.5s. Oh, really? Yeah, he was just like, you if you want to see what is it, Uncle Tom or coon, the definition in real time, here it is. And I'm like, damn. I appreciate the quote tweet and you sharing it. But like, damn, dog.
Love to seem like they for the people.
But check this though. I wasn't mad that I got called a coon. It was who called me a coon. That made me mad. Because I was just like, yo, my man just really didn't even listen to it. I thought it was funny. I cut the piece from us doing the shoe review. Yeah. I thought it was fun. But man was just, I'm like, you didn't even listen to it. I was like, but you know what, man? Thank you for, retweeting this and the clicks. And then he was just like, yeah, I'll share you and your boy 4.5. You clout chasing. It was the clout chasing thing that bothered me. He said I was clout chasing.
Yeah, but for who? For what group?
And that's what I'm trying to figure. That's the thing, that anybody who follows me, you should be confused as fuck at what my views are, because I'm consistent. It's something that a lot of you lack. Like there are things that 4-5 does that I like. There are things that a lot more things that he does that I don't. That doesn't mean I'm all for Joe Biden. Like Joe Biden does a lot. Joe Biden, you know how many of my friends got locked up because of Joe Biden and that damn crime bill?
Facts.
Like, you know.
I don't forget super predator.
Yeah, super. Like Hillary called me a super predator, not me personally, but the group of people that were coming up that looked like me. Like we didn't. Predator wasn't enough. She had to throw that S on our chest. Like we running up out this motherfucker flying, trying to find shit to get into. Like, thank God I found football because I would have literally have probably been jammed up. I mean, when I tell you, bro, the way they swept my neighborhood was the wildest shit I've ever seen, dog. It was a bunch of black men, black dads out there moving narcotics to they weren't in the right, but the laws were lenient. And then all of a sudden, like to quote one OG, they was literally watching us sell drugs. Like the police were almost encouraging it. And then all of a sudden they came in and jammed all of us up and hit us with them damn Buck Rogers years. Like people thought they was gonna come out to see flying cars and shit. Like, do you know, like, to tell somebody in 1996 that they won't be out until like 2015, when a lot of the movies that they were watching, well, that was the future. Like you locked them up and just was like, all right, we'll see you in the future. Them motherfuckers didn't know what was going on. Like, anyways, I say all that to say is that dealing with both sides, I realized that both sides have you have to vote in your best interest with a lot of this stuff, but there's no need to cape or back down. Like, I'm not back down or big up people that you've never met before or people that really have no interest in meeting you. Like, they'll never talk to you at all.
They look down on
and you were talking about, like, so I had that, so I got called the coon. But then what happens is the dude forgets that, like, the North never forgets. And he was out here scamming people. Talking about he had a daughter that like was sick and that she was trying to go to a dance competition. Man, literally got like $5,000 from FSU fan base.
What?
So I just put a little reminder. I know this ain't who I think it is. Didn't you just scam the whole fan base? Then my boys went in there and they found his old lady. Now I don't go this far, but my friends do. This was like less than a year ago when he disappeared and then came back. And he figured that the way I'm gonna come back is this is how I'm gonna get my comeuppance. I'm like, bro, you probably you'd have been better off retweeting the book bag drive than retweeting that one and calling me a coon. Them boys found this old lady. They said, how you gonna call him a coon and you with the biggest white woman that you could find? Like with a beluga. I think one friend called her a beluga well. Which is tough. That's the hard part. This is why you don't share your loved ones on social media. If you're going to be that guy that's going to talk shit, just know every picture that you post, that person is up for it. Like they could get got. Anybody could get it. I don't operate in that manner.
I do. The first thing I do when I see a comment I don't like is click their profile and like, all right, what are we gonna work with?
Yeah, it's a lot of ugly people out here. A lot of people who chew look like they chew their toenails.
Yeah, I do call a lot of people ugly. I'm not even that handsome, but
it's just like, damn, I know I'm not that ugly.
Yeah,
it's not even so much if you're not handsome or not. It's just like, I know, all right, I ain't Idris. I ain't like, what everybody else likes, but like, goddamn,
I'm not
right. You know what I'm saying? Like, like when people be like, oh, you fast, man, let me tell you about, not Ramon. Who's my guy? Charles. Charles people made me feel so good. Charles put in there, like, his people was like, man, that dude is buff and diesel. I was like, yes, that's what I've been going for. Thank you. Haven't worked out, but I'm just that's what I'm going for. And then when I went to go see my half brothers, my half sisters, like my half sister's husband was just like, damn, James is big as hell. He can like probably stab me in two real quick. Like, not even, he's like, Josh, the little brother, he's like, Josh is one thing. He's like, but James like looks like it's immediate impact damage. Like if he hits me. And I was like, damn, okay. Made me feel a little better about myself. But like,
women, men love
yeah, love it. Like, yeah, that's people be like, I always hit them with the Drewski. Like they were like, oh, you so handsome. Me?
Yeah,
Like, damn, you know, I ain't again, I'm simple. I go to Starbucks every fucking day. It's not because of the fucking coffee. It's not because it serves some liberal agenda. They're fucking nice to me. That's why I go.
It goes so far with it.
I went to this, you know why Spanish women winning? Because even though we all know they're batshit crazy, everything that a true Spanish woman says, like, sounds like a fucking suggestion or a compliment. It's so soft. It's so nice. And they know how to compliment.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, hey, just letting people know, like, you can do better. But anyways, did you know 4-5 got jammed up? We'll talk about this in a minute. Like they literally hit him with 34. He's guilty on all 34 counts.
Oh.
That was the weakest out of the 4 cases that he's facing. The New York one wasn't even that strong.
This is why that movie Civil War is gonna do better numbers right now, because niggas is scared.
Bro, ain't no like motherfuckers couldn't sit still for a fucking week. Like, that's not when people are like, we're gonna have a civil war. No, we're not. There's no well-organized militias. You know what a well-organized militia is? It's a gang. I said, that's what they're gonna jam you up. You guys won't listen to anybody. So you're not gonna, that's why why our military is so tough and so small at the same time? It's because they figured out we don't need millions of motherfuckers who don't listen. We only need a couple 100,000 of people who are going to pay attention to what the fuck we got to say, and we'll go out there and we'll whoop the shit out of a lot of people. Plus, as I try to tell them, you ain't got to worry about your guns. That AR ain't what they coming at you with. They gonna roll like they have. This is what like so. Oh man, hate to get on this. This is again Den Media Group, but I see so many of my white friends that I love who are saying that justice has not been served, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel that way. I felt this way numerous times when I saw my god brother Francois get jammed up. When I seen, like, we've talked about these things all the time. And you know what y'all said? Well, just comply. If you weren't doing anything, you wouldn't have gotten in trouble. Like, this is why they done this open and shut case. But when it happens to somebody that you think you like or you identify with, you're like, nah. Like, y'all would just say lock her up to Hillary Clinton.
I know.
Like, what do you think would have happened? Like, this is the same shit.
A tip from black people, you don't, like when Dave Chappelle said about Jesse Smollett when we all got quiet, you don't got to defend them all. You don't got, you pick and choose. This is not the one.
This isn't the one.
Your flag on.
Like, yeah, this is not the one to die on your hill.
Yeah, right.
Like, because we all know, like, here, just because I'm saying it doesn't mean I want Biden. Like, again, Biden's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Like, I get you. The person who probably is the most sane out of all the political candidates literally has a worm eating his brain right now.
Right. And I
don't trust him. He's got something in him.
Yeah, I don't think he likes black people.
I don't think he likes poor people.
Right.
I think that which is what a lot of y'all got to realize. This shit ain't black and white, dog. If you're not making a millions and millions, like, you're not gonna be okay. Like, because I keep telling them, like, when you see them jam up the hood with them tanks, what the fuck you think they're gonna do to your neighborhood?
Right.
East Hampton's roads are way wider than the ones off 45th in Moncrief. They're gonna just be rolling down that bitch and y'all gonna just fold. Because you can't fight all of them. You don't know strategy. You don't know how to take room. And then you know what? If they see that you got all them guns, which they know, because they have it. If we know everything about Russia and Ukraine over there and we ain't even there, bitch, what the fuck makes you think we don't know shit domestically? They just ain't caught you yet. But if they know you got a whole bunch of guns there, you know what they're not going to do? They're not going to send their soldiers in there to fucking die. They're going to drone you to fucking death. They're going to bomb you. If you don't believe it, look up Philadelphia Hope, where they bombed a whole fucking block in the 80s. Like, they've done this shit, bro. What's up, my dog Ant? Cracking calamari on Twitter. Boys out here like, if my president can't buy Monk, this isn't America I grew up in. I mean, listen, I'm with you. Because again, there's some. James Coleman is saying this. Out of all of the cases that 4-5 got against him, This was the weakest one.
Right.
But he got jammed up, and shit happens.
I mean,
But he was the president. Instead of worrying about fucking abortion, instead of putting all these people on the Supreme Court, he could have done all of us a solid. He could have legalized weed, like he did do some drug reforms. Could have legalized weed. He could have legalized prostitution, and we wouldn't be in this situation. And he lied about paying for the mall, which we've all done.
Yeah.
If you haven't lied about if you haven't lied about a piece of pussy, then you haven't been getting enough pussy. Now the fucked up part is that girl's picking on the size, and women always size shame. They always go to that, revert to the lowest form.
Right, you fucked up.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about?
Londa B put he would have easily got a second term. Easily. Actually, the crazy part is if he would have just shut the fuck up, he would have won 2 in a row. His problem is he kept talking. And then he put up a guy who put up, anyways, we're on the road, but y'all support him, but support the people that you actually like you, that actually will give you something. Like me, subscribe to the channel, please, the YouTube, where we'll be giving away $500 once we get to 83 more subs. Trump ain't giving you shit. That stimulus package has been gone. I'm over here trying to stimulate the economy 1,000 subs at a time. So if once we get to 6,000, one lucky listener, you don't even have to be a member, we'll get $500. Then we'll get a member will get $100. If you remember, $3.99. We'll get $100, as well as one lucky member will get the number of likes. We did have a lot of stuff. Miami is definitely on Miami. The ACC network says fuck Florida State, and they're going to be the network of Miami, because I think Miami's first 3 games are on the ACC. No, the 2 of their first 3 games are on the ACC network. They get to play on ABC, I believe, at 3:30, play against the University of Florida. But we'll get to that when we go to the other stuff. But let Miles show this. Oh, my bad. Go to that one, the 183 away first. Yeah. Luke gifted 5 memberships, but here, this is where we're at. Please go join. Consider doing that for me. Much appreciated, everybody. Also, again, I have somebody shouted out my 5th quarter cap. I have those as well too. If you want a 5th quarter cap, that's not on the link. But if we could pull up the we're selling the $100 tailgate tickets. We're going all the way up through the after the 4th of July. We'll be selling those. You can just hit that QR code, or you can go on my pin suite and click that. We have one person buy a cap. We have MFTK caps in FAMU colors. We have MFTK caps in New York Knicks colors or Bulls colors. We have MFTK caps in Garden of Gold FSU colors. We have the straight brim. We have the curved brim. We have Jaguar themed MFTK caps. Basically, each cap is $50 on the site, but that covers your shipping. It's normally $40, and then we add the money for shipping. But it's $50, and then just think about it like this: each cap you purchase gets a kid a book bag and a week's worth of groceries. So that's kind of what we're looking at it. We have it's 36. The camp is 36. The book bag is $36 dollars, and the food is.
That's why I be going so hard at the comments, because niggas don't be doing shit and love to scream Black Power.
Yeah.
And then come at someone who actually.
Yeah. People don't do nothing
for free.
Yeah.
For the free.
Yeah. So this is like one of the few shows that you'll listen to that actually does try to empower people, because it's from a selfish place. Some of you guys better start thinking about this. I'm telling you, as the world becomes, it's eventually poor is going to be where you're going to be at. So I'm trying to make sure I'm not there and my family's not there. But I'll tell you this much: they will come and rob you, and I'm trying to prevent people from robbing me, because my son, like if my son's friends, and it helps my son get treated a little bit better. So again, you can start shitting on people, but then when these people want to rob you, don't cry. Like, just, that's kind of my thought process, is if I can not let these kids fuck up my kid, then maybe that'd be a little bit less. But that's what we got here. Those are the announcements. Please support those. I'll be annoying you with fundraising shit here very soon. Hype my guys. One, I never thought that Tramel would do this, but scroll up first. So Josh Newberg, who again doing a great job with On 3, right? But Josh Newberg is the guy to your right on the screen. Josh went full white. He didn't dress like that before he got the big corporate gig.
Oh, really?
Oh, no. Josh was like hanging white. Yeah, Josh had the big 3 roll up. They were talking about smoking weed on the podcast, and he was all hip and shit. Like, now he went. This is the part that this is us talking. This is why I love white people. Like, y'all could come hang out with us and then be like us, and then all of a sudden, matter of fact, who a perfect example. This is code switching for those who don't know. The dude who was fucking Kim Kardashian after Kanye. Well, it was after. The dude who looks like he's very dingy. He could have played in he could have played. Pete, yeah. Was Pete the dude in that on that Showtime series with the white trash family? Where he was selling guns and he kept getting in trouble? Because it looks like Pete. He looked like a bruised banana. Like, how when you peel the banana and the bruise is there, the banana's white? That's what it looked like. Is that Chris Humphries? Who's Chris Humphries? Okay. Damn, I can't think. It's the white trash family on Showtime. Pete Davidson, yeah. Pete Davidson. I got to make sure that I want to say that was Pete Davidson on that TV show, man. Bruh.
He looks like the guy who made that single mom song. That's not him, is it?
Josh?
No, Anthony.
No, that's not Anthony. That guy's got a podcast, by the way.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That song's a banger,
it is, man.
I feel bad.
That's why you're a single mom. That's why you're a single mom. That song's hilarious. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Damn, that's not him. I don't even know. Shit. I want to know. Now I want to know. Yeah, is that him? Is that who's the white boy in Shameless? Oh. That's funny. Okay, well, bottom line is Berg looked like him, the dude from Shameless. He looked like Pete Davidson sometimes, and now Berg, as Luke just told me, Berg was out here walking out the rich homie Quan. This is a guy who's now singing "Sweet Caroline" to the top of his lungs, like he flipped. But it's the hair part thing. I hope Chris never does this. Like I would be Chris. I'd be so disappointed if Chris just all of a sudden comes out and just. It's the white boy comb over. You wet the comb and you just. I would be so disappointed. But anyways, Berg does this, and this is Vernell Brown, big time recruit that everybody wants, and that's not what I want. But Vernell Brown is friends with Tramel Jones, and click on the thing. Get out of the video. Go scroll up. Josh Newberg, quarterback, QB's recruiting Vernell Brown, and he put Tramel Jones, Trammel Jones, Tavion St. Clark for Ohio State, Luke Nickel from Miami, DJ Lagway from UF. So these are the guys who are trying to convince Vernell Brown III to come to Florida State. Come to their university. Now scroll down. Here's where Tramel hit him with the shoulders. Don't worry about the video. Bitch, spell my fucking name right is what Tramel wanted to say, but he's a very good kid. He said the correct way to spell it is Tramell. Not 2 M's. Do not 2 M me. Did he give him 2 M's and 2 L's? No, he didn't even give him 2 L's. He gave him 2 M's. So you're going to spell my name right. So that's what I'm going to call him from now on, Mr. Spell My Name Right. But we got video of Mr. Spell My Name Right getting ready to go to the Elite 11, go to the next link, Miles. I love this guy. Like Tramel wasn't doing this a couple years ago. He wasn't going to call you out. But he calling people out now. underhype my guys. And then we'll just look at this video from Mr. Spell My Name Right. I might want to have the mute on there. I'm pretty sure some music on that. People talking about he mid. Boy, I'd slap the shit out of somebody talking about my kid like that. Tremel about to fuck around, win Elite 11. Check the footwork. I don't even know what any of that shit means. Like, but it looked good. It looks good. All right, going on to the thing, we'll get one of my favorite things is continuations. Next week we will start a segment. If I had to see it, you got to see it. But we got some things that have been going on that we've been talking about on the show in the past that is starting to come to fruition right now. The first thing I want to say is shout out to my dog, big homie Snoop. I am happy for him. His Arizona bowl game will be the first college football bowl game to give NIL money to players. I did speak with my guy with the Gator Bowl about if that was a possibility. This is something that could potentially keep more players for the bowl game, and you won't have the opt-outs if you know that you're going to be able to receive payment for this. So I like that. So shout out to Snoop doing things the right way. Going on to the next thing. The disrespect of the video game is upon us. They're showing all kind of screenshots. Somebody put the Florida State versus Florida game, the Sunshine Showdown. If you look at this, Florida State is average. Their overall rating is 83 as a team, 82 on offense, 84 on defense, and they have Florida ranked higher than us as a team on offense, and their defense is comparable. I feel disrespected.
As you should. I mean, that's crazy.
Like, I don't know what the fuck they looked at that made them say, you know what, Florida's better in football than these guys. This is the SEC bias.
Yeah, someone just made this. There's no way.
You don't think that's not the video game? Okay, because if that's the video game, I'm gonna be very pissed.
Yeah, they can't be that off. There's no way.
Yeah, because the video game used to mean something.
Right. They send scouts.
Right. There's no way they sent people to watch Florida football and said, you know what? This team that couldn't make a bowl game last year and lost a lot of their players got better. Right. Oh, okay. It says the rankings aren't real. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Cause I'm about to say 87 is a high B. Ain't shit high B about that. Okay, so the rankings weren't real. All right, so see how quick you can get that? You tell me what happens, and then I step back. That's how we should talk to each other as a nation. All right, college football gameplay drops at 10:55. But you know what's real? Well, this isn't fake. This is not was it CGI? This isn't AI. This isn't any of that shit. This is legitimately the person who everybody loves to poke fun at us about and how we wanted him to be our coach. But look at how Game recognizes Game. And this is Deion Sanders. And I don't want anybody saying that we put words in his mouth. But this is Deion talking to his team about what happened and what it takes to get drafted and culture and all of these other different things. So let's listen to what Primetime, a known legend, has to say.
Drafted players, playoff teams, right?
Yes, sir.
13 players drafted, 10 players drafted. 10 players drafted, 11 players drafted. Florida State should have been in the playoffs, but they wasn't. Undefeated season, 10 players drafted. Winners want winners. That don't mean that these are the best players. But when you have a program that wins, they tend to attract things. All right? So if you want to go and be one of these players drafted, all we got to do is win. Sounds simple, but that's what they do. Drafted players, playoff teams.
Can we
right?
fast forward real quick? What did Prime have to say about Florida State not making the playoff? That was crazy.
That don't mean that these are the best. But they wasn't. Undefeated season, 10 players drafted.
Did you say what a travesty?
State should have been in the playoffs, but they wasn't. Undefeated season, 10 players drafted.
10 players drafted. Said should have been in the playoff. But like he's speaking that speak. Talking that talk. Winners want winners. Winners get sprinkles. That's what Deion said, man. He bigging up his alma mater. Tell you, Deion got some of the best recruiting for Florida State that Florida State could ever want. You know what Mike Norvell's not doing?
What?
He ain't in the meeting room saying, see, look at this. It's Colorado. Colorado got the best quarterback in the nation. Probably have the best one of the best quarterbacks. This is what you got to do to get to Florida State. He's not going to use Colorado as an example.
I didn't even think about that. You got to go to other.
But all this shit, all these sound bites, all these things, like when you have a lot of University of Miami players, former players on your staff. Does that go up against your Florida State thing? Miami players, boy, they went and did all of that stuff. Like they did all of this talking, like, "Ooh, your legends don't even want you." You know what school he didn't put up on that jumbotron? He couldn't put them. They had 3. Was it 3 or 4 players drafted? They had 4. No, they had 5. They had 5. The center got drafted. The corner that nobody realized was on the team got drafted. James Williams got drafted. Cam Kitchens got drafted. And I think I'm missing somebody. But he didn't even bring them up. But anyways, though, like shout out to Deion for being nice.
There got to be somebody sitting back there thinking, "Damn,
I should have went to Florida State.
Yeah, I should have went to one of these schools. Why am I here to make the next kids able to get drafted?" I don't know.
You know what? You want to know what's funny?
What?
So Omarion Cooper, aka Duke Cooper, left Florida State to go to Colorado, and you know where he's back at now. So motherfuckers sitting there like, "Damn, I left." Shit, I could have been one of them players. Like it's a guy who I think it's a couple guys that would have, if they would have just sat their ass down somewhere and been a little humbler, they would probably be in a better position to get drafted. But life is about decisions, man. I was trying to figure out how many people got drafted from Miami. I wasn't bashing Miami. I'm sorry, Luke. I was just saying people were trolling us about Deion, and I look at Deion's using us as an example. I love it. This is something else I like about Deion. As a guy who's been trying to find some good greens for a minute. It's kind of like Deshaun Foster, right? I said at UCLA, and people are still picking that up, right? I have no idea what they're talking about either on that, but like they're just like I just keep seeing clicks on it, and I'm like, all right, whatever.
People are like, why are you bringing attention to this? Like upset, like people are gonna notice that they're all black.
Like if I didn't say anything, man, bitch, have you seen her? Even with the video games getting better, I already know what's gonna happen. Like we're gonna look, it's gonna be no real variations of brown skinned. It's gonna be James Wade's. It's gonna be little James's complexion, Miles. And if people don't know, my god brother is Simpson colored. The Simpson colored. There's gonna be my complexion, and then there's gonna be the complexion of my hair or the borders on this video that you see. And it's gonna be like that's what they're gonna have most of his staff looking like. It's gotten better since Tecmo Bowl. Tecmo Bowl, you were literally white or you were burnt. It was no in between. But the video games are still not that realistic yet. But Deion's getting a little too ethnic, man. They got they're playing the band music. This kind of food isn't just native to Colorado, man. So, but I'm not mad at it. I would have loved to have this. This would have helped me as Chunky James coming up, where they told me I was underweight and I undersized, and I need to treat every day like it was Thanksgiving. I would have loved this on Training Table. But let's play this. Let y'all see what this man got here. Like not an ounce of nourishment in them greens. That's good cornbread.
Mac and cheese.
Look at that.
Shrimp. Brisket. Fried chicken. Y'all going crazy today, man.
You got 1,000 rices over there. Look at that cornbread, man. My diabetes is spiky. Yeah, the fried chicken must have been delicious.
Brisket.
Yeah, I'd have got some of that, man. You take that cornbread, sop it up in there. Those greens, look at how much meat is in them greens, man.
Oh, yeah, I did notice that.
That is amazing. Shout out to Deion, man.
Yeah.
Boy, I bet there's some toilets fucked up in Colorado right now. Like sometimes you gotta know when to like chill out a little bit, man. You gotta like weave it in a little bit. Like you can't just throw all of the ethnic on it. You gotta just over time let them see where they've come for so long. But you can't just do a 180, man.
That Soul Food Bistro haven't been called in years. They
right. They were just like Dion came in. This is where Dion's dope.
Yeah.
Dion went to he was like, I need the soul food. Who's the soul food restaurant?
Yeah.
In Colorado, in Boulder, Colorado. Yeah, they're like soul food. What do you we don't serve this like where's the funeral food? Who made the funeral food? Yeah, the same food that killed the person is what we eat in remembrance of the person. Like Dion went and found some people, like because if Dion's for you, Dion's for you. My dog Devin Respers is out there working, getting called out on social media for recruiting kids and saying you got catfish. It's so funny. It's like this. The staff is funny, dog. Like I am starting to come around. Like they need to record everything Dion is doing. Yeah. Because if it doesn't work, yeah, it's just entertainment, man. If a white person can make soul food, we could. If a white person can make soul food, I'm asking what college you attended. Got to be Colorado. I'm gonna be honest with you. The white women at Colorado should take this class. I guarantee you, because like this is how to get a brother 101. Like you get a football player 101. They in there learning how to clean chitlins. Man, if I saw a white girl that knew how to clean chitlins and make it right, boy, my milk of magnesia, my porcelain princess.
Yeah,
I would be like, come on over here.
I've had the white woman, and I've had the more ethnic white woman. Neither could cook, and I've had the white women who do the vegan shit. They're all
I don't want that, man. I don't want that. I wouldn't want the white ethnic like. I know.
One of the biggest mistakes I've ever made.
I just want you. I want if I'm gonna go, I want the full experience, man.
She was the most hood out of anybody.
I feel like you got to be extra. Like they're like trying to prove a point.
Yeah,
it feels like trouble. Like I need somebody like change. Like they wouldn't even call me Anthony.
Yeah. That's what I was. That's what I thought I was gonna come to the South and get.
Anthony, we don't need to be in this area. You are better than this. You have come from so far along. I needed to look at me and give me that speech. You are a strong black man from the South. We do not need this, Anthony.
Dream of support. Emotional support. What a dream.
Oh man. Hey, all right. Now, I would like a Cajun though. Cajuns are wild. That's not a white woman. That's a Cajun woman. They should. Spanish woman can. We talked about Spanish women. That's a good comment coming from Twitter. That's how you get on the Summer Jam screen, James. Because we definitely do not be listening to what the fuck Twitter got going on. But you make a good statement, son. To get you in here. Shout out to him. He's been supporting day one. All right, we'll go to the next continue. Oh, that's all the continuations right there. But Dion, they really need this. All right. I told y'all about another continuance. I told y'all about fucking kickers, man. So apparently, former kicker for the Jacksonville Jaguars, McManus, got jammed up trying to 4.52 bitches on the airplane, and just grab him by the coochie and all that other stuff. And just because you get jammed, this is why I will say I will give 4.5 more respect. He hadn't flipped on nobody.
Oh, that's true.
He been like, hey, listen, I do my dirt all by my lonely. But kicker gets jammed, immediately starts snitching on everybody.
I know crazy stuff goes on those planes. I could only
imagine. It does. But it doesn't mean you talk about it.
Right.
So alcohol on the Jacksonville Jaguars plane could result in significant discipline as allegations from Brandon McManus' lawsuit continue to be made public. Details of possible in-flight alcohol could place the team in hot water. I guess you can't drink on these planes. But apparently, Brandon McManus as the other defendant and stems from team's charter September 28th, 2023 flight to London and a returning flight from Jacksonville. They say indicate witnesses say there was definitely alcohol on the Jags team plane. There are also potentially weed, other different things. The complaint used the words drinking or drink 3 times, and the clear implication is that it wasn't water. Moreover, it's our understanding that witnesses will say alcohol was brought by Jaguars players onto the plane. This becomes a problem for the Jaguars because alcohol is strictly prohibited by league policy on team property or during team travel. November 2022, after incidents involving former Titans offensive coordinator Tom Downing and Commanders players, the NFL sent a memo to all teams threatening significant discipline in the event of further violations. A few former NFL players and fans alike expressed shock at the news that alcohol is not allowed on NFL travel, especially a 10-hour flight. 2 former Jaguar players expressed their sentiments below. I've never been on a flight home that didn't have any alcohol in 9 years. Wait, the whole time it's been against league policy to drink on the team plane. God damn it, Austin Lane. I fucking like Austin, man. Shit. They are Jaguar players, so they're not helping right now. Wait, you can't drink? Austin, this is not the time to tweet.
You don't even have to say
You're
anything.
done. No, you could have just been like, You could be like me. Kickers aren't people. Throughout the course of the flight, plaintiffs smelled marijuana smoke coming from the plane's restrooms. If people were smoking in the bathroom on the plane, plenty of other people will have smelled it. And when the players and other witnesses to whatever McManus did or didn't do testify under oath, they'll have to say what they saw, heard, and smelled. The testimony could in turn get one or more players or team personnel in a pickle with the substance abuse policy. It's like you couldn't just, as a kicker, we only need you for a little bit. But like you're bringing us all down.
Is he even going to be able to get another job?
He's on the Commanders now. Wow. It's not even with the Jaguars. Him over here trying to get some, like the girls probably didn't know who he was. And they're over here trying to get the booty and the booty getting him. And now I got us all in trouble. Ain't nothing in this world worse than getting in trouble with some pussy that you're not getting. And now the Jaguars are getting in trouble for some pussy that they're not getting because the kicker tried to get laid and now they snitching.
Yeah, that's some real bitch shit. I can't lie.
Again, that's why I always try to tell people, you can't just throw people away because you don't like a couple of their different things. I have to say, shout out to 4-5. 4-5 is not jamming. He ain't snitching yet.
Yeah. In all seriousness, too, the front office, if they're to blame, if shit's getting uncontrolled where kickers is, raping the stewardess, like you're out of control. You should check back on it. But I've heard that they kind of let the players do their own thing and they have their own section of the plane. And they don't go back into the player section. Just like, well, you're asking for this type of stuff to happen.
Whoa. I guess Miami, one of the guys that Miami got in the transfer portal might not be going there, Simeon Barrow, which is interesting. All right, but going to the next thing. Again, guys, just kickers are just that's the just a picture of the article. So now we'll just get into the wild times. We'll talk more about this. A lot of y'all are really good people, right? Until politics come into play. And then you lose your ever fucking loving minds. And I don't know why. Like, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. But like, it's, if you want to believe that this isn't a great case, fine. But let's not pretend like this just didn't come out of nowhere. Like 4-5 did something. And he went to trial. And it goes to everything that people have been saying. Like the court, like we've told y'all, like as a guy who's been through the court system, it's some bullshit at times. But like, you can't do that. Now, one thing that is funny and what they're going to have to be able to, so he could win and pardon himself, right? Well, put himself through the part, but that's for federal. That doesn't count for state charges, I found out. So he got jammed up in New York, and New York is liberal as fuck. I don't see the governor in New York saying, yeah, you know what? You're out. I'm gonna free you. But just some of the things that are being like, people are literally losing friends over this. Like, why would you like? So I've told this story. I have two neighbors that I actually really, I genuinely, these white people are good white people. These are some good white peoples, as the Slayers would say. All jokes aside, one I saw, well, and he will hang the biggest Biden banner that you can find.
Yeah, they're so opposite.
The other one will hang the biggest Trump banner that he can find.
It's a good thing we separate them.
They are literally the same white man. They like to fix shit. They smoke cigars. They like football. My kid is one of the few places that both of my boys are allowed to go. Like without, like, just, hey, if you need something, go to Mr. Carl or go to Mr. Winston. Mr. Winston is a huge FSU fan. We sit there and we talk about football all the time. He's ex-military. I don't think Mr. Carl is ex-military. And I think he likes the Gators, but everybody's got to have a vice. Both married, old, genuinely good people. If I need something, I would would not hesitate to ask either one of them. Winston is the guy, like when we had the hurricane, like Winston is up in his galoshes. I think those are the rain boots. Like the water's up to his knees and he's up there making sure that I'm okay. Like walking in still water. Because I got news for you. If you're not from the state of Florida and you want to know if there's alligators or snakes, all you got to do is just go tap something. If it's water, they're in there. Like just if it's just splash it. If the water's wet, there's an alligator or a snake in there somewhere. But it's just funny to see people who have so much in common feud and act like idiots for a few months over somebody that's really not gonna don't have that much control over your life. Now, I'm for getting all these old motherfuckers out of office. They're not even two sides. They're both fucking, they live in my neighborhood. They said they vote for their pockets. They both got pockets. Like they're good. Like they're old and live in my neighborhood. The value of their homes is worth more than most Americans. Like the not the value of I mean what they got, because what you bought that home for when you first got there and what it's worth now is exponentially higher. It's just crazy the way that we act. And oh shit, what are they? Oh, damn it. But it's just crazy the way people act when it comes to this shit. And it's worrisome.
Yeah, no, big time.
And it's like, for what? Like, you're gonna lose, like, again, and then people get way too personal when it comes to this shit. And then call people snowflakes. And this is why I will come to my GOP brethren and sistren. We can't keep calling people snowflakes and proceed to melt at every given opportunity. And even some of the jokes and the thing, like, you're going on random people's pages that you don't know. And you're arguing about people that don't know you and don't really care about you. Like, the funny part is like, we act as if Biden is the one who implemented the quarantine. Like, you all forget 4 or 5 was in office when that shit happened, man. He was in office for the whole year. COVID really hit in March of 2020. The election didn't happen to November of 2020. And January is when we had the president come in, January 2021. Because remember, we had this thing called the insurrection that happened when they were ratifying everything. 4-5 is the one who told us to wear masks. Now you can say he was listening to Fauci. You can say all this other shit. You also want to know what 4-5 got? 4-5 got not only did he get the vaccine, he was mad that the vaccine wasn't produced fast enough because he felt that if he had the vaccine, he would have won the election. To tell you that the vaccine, like you got the times y'all not even listening to what the fuck people are saying. Like, it's just wild.
There's usually through lines of reasoning. The unfortunate thing is
nobody wants to reason.
Well, also it doesn't get clicks, and
it doesn't
get most of our news from people who want clicks nowadays.
Right. So. Like, let's just look at some of the stuff that's happening over. Like, you can pick. I just saw some people last week picking on black people for George Floyd, which is no reason. I've never said George Floyd is a hero. They're making it seem like we believe George Floyd is a superhero. Nah, George Floyd is a dude who just died unnecessarily because somebody was on their neck for 6 minutes. Had the guy not been on his neck for 6 minutes, he wouldn't have died. And they can talk about he was going to die from other stuff. We would have known. Like, now, Derek, I told one guy, I was like, man, if only you were the lawyer for Derek Chauvin, he wouldn't be in jail getting his booty poked. And all the other officers. Or maybe don't put your knee on somebody's fucking neck for 6 minutes, and maybe you'll be okay.
You should all want your cops to be held.
Which is the wildest part. Any kind of stand, like, you know what I don't want to hear about from my surgeons? Oh, surgeon lives matter. Sometimes, it's just a few bad apples. I don't want that bad apple. Not when I've got a life-threatening surgery. What if you took that logic to airline pilots? Well, just some of them are bad. It's a few bad apples. What if I'm on the plane with that bad apple that day? Like, we take customer service so seriously for everything that doesn't fucking matter.
Right. McDonald's, we be putting them through the ringer. We put through any worker at a restaurant.
Yeah, and that man is getting paid. They probably shouldn't even be there. But we don't we give cops way less scrutiny, like just comply. Like, I just saw somebody got mad. They were like, well, why? Well, if you don't have anything, they didn't have a warrant. They kicked in the man's door, and the man was like, I'm not going outside. Show me the warrant. And they didn't have it. Well, no, we were going to arrest you. You can't arrest me on my property. Well, if he didn't have anything to hide, why wouldn't he just go outside? The fuck you mean? Like, that's a right. I'm not giving up my rights for that. That's because that's what it comes down to. When everybody talks about this shit, they're talking about rights, but anyways, they're not saying just comply to 4-5. They're not saying a lot of this other shit that they say for everybody else. And again, I have no problem with you not agreeing with the thing, but you want to know what happened in New York in the 80s? There were 5 kids that got put up on trumped up charges of graping a lady in a park. And it turns out that the guy who actually did it admitted to it and gave all these things, and they had to go back and get these people. Do you know that the guy right now who everybody's complaining about getting on trumped up charges and fictional things put out a full page ad in the 80s in the New York Times stating that not only do these boys need to be prosecuted, they need to be given the death penalty. He put his own bread up. Again, I just want you to realize his own bread up on somebody with on 5 kids with trumped up charges. It didn't, and then when it happens to him, now it's a travesty. Now the justice system doesn't work. He hasn't put it. You know what? I tell you this much. Here's what I want you guys to do. No, never mind. Let me pause that. Pull up. Here's what you guys, if you really believe that strongly, we've seen what you've done on January 6th when police officers are kind of down. Y'all should go charge Rikers Island and free Trump. Go see how he's like. Go that if we have people do that, then I'll believe in the Civil War. But I tell you what, I've seen a lot. I've read stories of people trying to break out of Rikers Island. I ain't never seen stories of people trying to break in that bitch. There's a young man, I believe it was Khalif Brower, who was taken in because of something allegedly with his book bag, just complied, was locked in Rikers for over a year. Like, the thing is like, I can feel like I'm trying to figure out if there was anybody that I was this passionate about that's ever been president. And I like W. I was happy because I never thought Obama. I thought that was bullshit even in kindergarten when they told me that I could be the president of the United States. I never believed the shit, but like now that Obama did it, I was kind of happy, but I wasn't like I ain't had no Obama like bumper stickers and shit. I ain't had like no t-shirts. I've never gotten a t-shirt. I've never found. What is that like? Like to have something that like I want to be again. This makes me feel like I'm the weirdo. Like, I got my friends who have all these fetishes and shit. Like, I don't have one, so I feel weird. But like, does it give you like, is it like rooting for your favorite football team? Like, you just put on the shirt and you're like, do you get like? Because again, even when I put on the 4.5s, right? I was like, damn, what do I wear with these bitches? Like, do you get like some American like flag? Do I break flag code with the booty shorts? Wear them and like, do I wear like a even though I do think if he won a 4.5, 4.7 shirt would be like he has those already made, that shit would be kind of funny. But like, I don't know. Let's click on some of these videos of just the people who are just enraged. I already talked about that. The New York case was the weakest of the 4. Trump's got 3 more criminal court cases coming up. What's this one right here? Not the TJ one? Oh. No, scroll. Oh, my bad. Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, that's it. This is funny. Because this is true. This is true. Trump might get the black vote because he's selling shoes. He's selling merch. He ain't got no job. He's out here spitting hot bars. And my man put Trump gonna have all the black women voting because they love a hood housework, and he got 34 counts on his counts for a felony. And somebody put this up, the supporters. That move is, by the way. That's when you got to sprinkle the you got to weave the black into him. Have you seen this with Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell? Like when he's going to jail and he hires a black guy to help him like learn. Like, yeah, that shit was hilarious, dog. Also, I've had so many friends send me. Scott sent this to me, and then some other people sent it to me. It's I think it's the TV show Shy. One of the guys gets locked down, and he's like, and he comes in, he's like, here's some I got a gift for you. I gotta go. And it was a bottle of Remy, and he's in jail, but he gave him a bottle of Remy. And he's like, you're not gonna have a drink with me? And he's like, nah. But I got somebody who would like to have a drink with you. And it was a fine chick that came in. And he dapped him up. He was like, my housework. And Scott said that to me. Fatal Jade said that to me. I said, you know what? I'd like to think if you're ever jammed up, I'll be that person for you. But like, that's all you need. You need somebody to send you a fine ass black chick if you're locked down. Trump did pardon Yak. Actually, let me rephrase that, guys. Y'all do realize that those people pay for those pardons? Like it's like a tradition. Like the last few months that a president's in office, like you pay like $1 million to $2 million, and they look at your case and they'll pardon you for that. So it was still, he didn't have to do that, but I think that was dope. And I remember when he got ASAP Rocky out of jail. That's when I almost got jammed up in the Dominican the first time I went, and I was like, he ain't getting 2 of us out of there. I'm not as popular. I don't have no platinum hits. So go to the next thing, Miles. My boy Dibby put on here, and this was some real stuff. TSA wouldn't hire me in 2003 because I owed $2,500 on a student loan, but Trump gets convicted on 34 counts and now listed as a felon, but he gets to run this country if elected. Unbelievable. And there's a point to it. But the thing is that we still don't know because this is unprecedented. But it'd be like Joe Clark from Lean On Me, like when he was locked up and all the parents came out, free Mr. Clark, free Mr. Clark. That's what I want to see people actually get off of. Yeah, true. All dubs. I definitely ain't getting no Rihanna pregnant. So like, that's why he keeps getting a shot and shooting that club up. ASAP got free and immediately just started nutting in Rihanna wildly. Go to the next thing. I think if this is what I think it is, this is wild. Oh, this is funny. Live look at Nick Bosa after Trump got hit with them 34 counts. You know what they say? They say Nick Bosa is the MAGA Bosa. It's funny, man. That's funny, man. It is, but okay. So, but this last one right here is really wild. Like, this is what I mean. Like, I want to be this passionate about something, and I feel like I'm missing it.
I love this shirt.
Now, this is wild.
Right on the titties.
Right on the titties, too. And he's got the titties, too.
Yeah.
But, like, it's like, it goes back to what we were talking about with Josh Berg, right? So he can do this because if he didn't have this shirt on, you know what we wouldn't know this man was? Well, he starts talking. You can kind of tell in his voice. But if he just stood there and didn't say shit, he can always go back to this. So he feels confident in doing this. But I'm not doing this for nobody.
Yeah, no.
Maybe if one of my homeboys, like if y'all I told my boy OJ, like if I ever get killed by a police officer, I don't want y'all doing that lying shit. Like, James would have wanted peace. No, I don't. Riot. Fuck it up. Fuck the world up if I didn't go out the way I wanted to. But like, just look how mad, like, it kind of goes back to that Boondock. And I started thinking to myself, damn, what did they do to make the niggas that mad? Like, what about this makes you this angry at strangers? And I'm not just them. They're weird. Yes, super weird. But the people who are going back and forth with them. I got better shit to do on a Thursday afternoon than to argue with people about somebody going to the booty house.
Yeah.
I got my own problems. Like, 4-5 gonna be straight. He gonna have Secret Service in there. He ain't gonna get shanked. At least I think so. I wonder how that works. Like, do you have to do the time with them if you're a Secret Service agent? Like, that's fucked up, man. Like, there's no, like, real, he definitely can't go to Gym Pop. But let's see how angry these white guys are in the middle of the motherfucking afternoon on a Thursday. I love the Asian. Like, my man, can we go back? Hold on, Miles, pause it. Yeah, nah, but hold on. Like, this is me. This is me right here. I'm like, yo, these people bugging, dog. Like, what the hell is going on here? Like, do you see his face? Like, my man is like, yo, we really about to throw hands over. What's funny too about Trump? Trump is the only old person that can call other people old, and you all of a sudden think he young. Because he called Biden all kinds of old and shit, like he ain't like 2 years younger than him or some shit like that.
Great roaster.
He is. Like, that's what I learned. Like, people love a good roast, man.
Yeah.
Push play. Man, ain't never been in a fight in his life, and everybody talk about how tough he is.
He's so funny.
Is that 2 Chainz back there? Even the black man, like, hey man, chill out, dog.
He looks like a spy. The one.
Why do they got that police officer? He looks like he ain't doing shit. I might have to clean this up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is gonna happen.
Is it went back to the beginning?
Towel flicking him. Yeah. Yeah.
What is he wearing?
Yeah. What type of?
Is that like a sweatsuit? Like when you know the things that you wear to sweat?
That's right.
Is he spitting on people?
Spitting and towel flicking.
But you know what's wild though is these people have regular jobs, right? This went viral. And somebody's going to say, well, you know what? That's not Timothy. That's not the Timothy I know. He's such a nice person. Nah, that motherfucker angry right there. That's the Timothy I know.
Damn, it's this rage. That's the scary part. You should not.
Like, why are you so angry about something that doesn't really even affect you like that? He doesn't care. I promise you, like, at all. He does. He's not gonna want to meet you. As I always tell people, he doesn't want to talk to you. You know who he wants to talk to? Me. And that's the wild part. Like, when I realized this, It's the wildest part. I'm like, the people who are the most like pro, I'm gonna beat him, it's gonna be the best day of my life. Like, he doesn't even want to have anything to do with you. And I'm not just saying that for him, Biden too. Like, Biden doesn't want to meet with most of y'all either if you're on the other side.
Yeah.
It's a situation where no matter who wins, 45% of the country is going to be upset. And we'll be okay. Like, we will be okay. Like, I don't.
It's just the rage baiting.
Right, but like, why do people really go around? Like, it's because it's funny because the term is snowflake. You're really mad. You're triggered. This is all of the shit that again, as a Republican, as our side says that liberals do. Like, we literally encompass every liberal point that we have. Like, you got a gay person, you got an Asian, you got minorities, you got all these different things getting triggered over something that they shouldn't get triggered about and melting down.
Yeah. The sad truth is most people don't want to realize is most of y'all are closer to my predicament, which is in the struggle. And you want to think you're like these people. You want to feel like you relate. You want to feel like you're these great businessmen. You're not. You might get there, but right now you're not.
I think that's the beautiful thing of America is the hope of I might get there.
Yeah.
And statistically speaking, you're not.
We'd have an easier chance of getting there if we group together and realize we're the majority. But unfortunately, we all want to be like this 1% of whatever. Why do you want to be like this man, period, bro? Why would you want to be like either of these men?
I can't call it, bro. It's a wild world, but again, this is why I tell you, if you want to know the real way to get yourselves out, right? Don't worry about it. Don't think about crabs in a barrel. One, crab's natural habitat is not a barrel. Two, the only way to get to the top of the barrel is if you push other crabs down. So it's a terrible analogy. But we can all come together, and I always tell people, support people who support you.
Right.
And that's also called voting in your best interest. There's a great book that anybody can read, but it's definitely about minorities and Black people, but it's called Powernomics by Claude Anderson. Read that book and take those principles and apply it to your immediate circle. White, Black, red, alien, was it Dothraki, whatever the race is of people that you with, Anunnaki, whatever it is, just get with those people, start trying to pool your resources, start trying to do things like that, become a strong base. And then from there, you can affect your local. And then from your local, you can have ripple effects regionally. And from there, you can have ripple effects nationally. Just work that way. And a lot of the stuff that you guys really want is really controlled on a local level.
Right. Community-based.
The community-based. Like,
but that was the first thing that they tricked us with. That we're not in the community. Look at your neighbors. They put literally your neighbors, even though they're pretty, I don't see them any hostility.
No, they're not no hostilities. It's just like, but again, it's like this. It's the meme of the dogs barking at each other, and then when they move the fence, they stop. I haven't had convos with Carl, but I've had political discussions with Mr. Winston. And Mr. Winston gets a little animated with that stuff. Mm-hmm. But you ain't gonna it's not like he's finna go over there and just sock Carl.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why are we so mad? Because the person that you're like arguing with really has a lot in common with you. Like, if you just sat down and just really just thought about it, it's only a few things that we all truly don't. We truly they may care about more. And it's not even that you don't care about them. You may just care less about them because it doesn't affect you as much in the current iteration that you are. Like, for me personally, I have two boys, right? My son's godfather, who is a politician, feels very strongly about transmissions competing in girls' sports. I happen to tell him I operate from an elite mindset. Ain't no kid got a son that's like close, like that's running 11 seconds. Because if you run 11 seconds in a year, you can run 10.6, meaning you'll compete at a high level for boys.
Okay.
My son ain't about to just flip because he can't win the 100 and go become a girl.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not happening at the pace. And the people who actually think that this is a possibility are the ones who scare me more. Because that means you don't have an elite mindset. You're willing to go out here and change to be a pokey. A pokey as opposed to a poker. So I don't care about that. And then I keep seeing more church people playing with little boys' booties than I do. And every time I see somebody as a Republican playing with somebody's booty, and it bothers me. I don't want them. I don't give a fuck who uses the bathroom now. Just don't poke my boy's booty. So, anyways, college football drops at 10:55. I want to stay on long enough to have that playing, but I don't. Well, let's go. Teachers Gone Wild. We'll talk about this, something more fun, and then we'll wrap this up. It's funny because of his voice, but apparently, it's not the good teachers. It's never the good teachers, man. It's never the attractive ones that do that do this shit. But apparently, some teachers are out here. She got fired because she was doing OnlyFans content at the elementary school. And here's what the guy, the Black Panther, has to say. Is this the guy who used to be on like Fox with the show? I think that's him. That motherfucker hilarious, man. But just listen to his description of this young lady.
Is this sexy or funny?
Oh, she got her badge out.
Oh, yeah, it's a little.
Now I want to see her videos. I know she got some somewhere. I love it. That man, I want him to like to narrate a lot of stuff. Oh no. The video ain't had no sound. Oh man. Yes, Londa B, she shook her belly. This is why I'm saying people say ain't no women, ain't no men out here. But it's somebody is loving that fat motherfucker's dirty draws. Yeah, y'all ain't hear this man give them bars.
Yeah.
Oh man, that man was out here roasting. Nah, they didn't hear it, dog. Is it on? Shit.
Oh no.
He said, "All you can see was say." Listening to him reminded me of one of my favorite movies. It's called Players Club. Ice Cube was doing this damn thing, and Bernie Mac, the late great one, had a great scene in the beginning where he was telling them about how the stripping business started. I got it on my phone. Gotta get this all the way back. Let y'all listen to this.
Bucket naked. You can see they public hairs. This white man went from village to village to seek out.
My man, public hairs everywhere. That's what he said.
Oh, they just heard it just now.
Maybe they just heard it now. Yeah. Cellulite in public. That man was, you know what though? He's like Umar. He mad, but he not really that mad.
Yeah, no.
He saw some ass. It wasn't the ass that he wanted to see.
That's what he seen more.
But sometimes, yeah, it's more angry. Like, look at this motherfucker. Like, what we really, again, comes down to, I'm with him. I don't want to see that shit, right? And I'd be mad too if, like, on a Wagon Wednesday, somebody sent me something. Man, look at this shit in your school. And I'm thinking I'm about to see a wagon, and I see like a radio flyer, like not a big, thick wagon, but just like a little small, weird shaped wagon. Smoothie shaped bitch. What did the lady say? Blonde, was it bad built, bleached, blonde, whatever, bad body bitch. This is what I see. This chick. Nothing makes you more angry than getting some news you didn't ask for. And you see this and you're like, damn. Now, what's crazy is what we should be mad is that the educators don't make enough money,
right,
to where they have to do these different things.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like,
I mean,
I think it's just, see, my luck. Like, this is the only time I'll snitch on my sons. So, like, if Trey brings a bad teacher back, like, you know, molestation, but nobody gives a shit if it happens to a boy. Let's be for real. But if you got a fine ass teacher and he's spanking, be like, you know what? Just my name Bennett, I ain't in it. But if I see it and this is who's assaulting my sons, oh, this bitch is getting locked up.
Yeah, if not the hands.
Yeah, this is ugly. I can't believe this ugly motherfucker tried to get my son to help him get some extra grade. Now, my son was dumb, no, and he's got a C. And this is the difference between getting a C and an A. Is C and a little T and A? Man, let's go get that A, man. Let's go out and get this, make this happen, son. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta know when to hold them, when to fold them.
Yeah, it makes every guy think back to, like, what was the worst that I ever had? And then you compare it to her, like, have I ever worked?
Yeah, I ain't never had nothing this bad. It's crazy because there's a rule that you should implement that as long as you can play, as long as there's not more in the front than in the back. She ain't got shit in the back. What was crazy, what's wild is her trying to make it clap.
Yeah.
Like, and it sounded like a silent ovation. It's like it's like she doesn't have a pancake, but it's like enough.
Long booty.
Yeah, it's weird.
Just draws long as hell.
Yeah, that's just long ass draws.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it shouldn't be so hard for me to run the world. If the president could do this and then teachers could do this, like,
my man said, if we can find charges on Trump, we can sure enough find something to prosecute her about. It's gotta be.
That is true.
And I like that thought process, man. Like, to be honest with you, it's like, if we can pull shit out of thin air, then let's pull shit out of thin air.
Right. It's like you're doing it on school property.
Gotta be something. There's gotta be illegal, right? Yeah. You know what? He's gotta be right. Check. This is legit. So just like people don't believe this, I'm telling you. When I gotta pee, I gotta pee. But I have learned that you can't pee everywhere.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
If I whip my dick out and I piss on a school property and somebody happens to see it, I can get arrested for being and be charged and be a registered offender. Yeah. Because you can't just show your tallywhacker everywhere. All right, let's see. Your King is really making sure I know about this thing. Where is it dropping, King? Do we have a link? College football gameplay thing.
Oh yeah. That makes sense.
And we'll just finish off with that since we're here.
college football. I mean, if you're not a gamer, I'm happy for the game, but it's such a money grab. They're so lazy. They barely put anything into these games.
I'm not even getting I was going to buy the 151. I'm going to buy just the 100 because you can't even upload draft classes to Madden anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't want. I mean, my Trey says he wants Madden, so I may still buy it. Yeah. They ain't even typing, Miles. Oh, it's on YouTube right now.
Oh, really? Yeah. Are you gonna make your own school? Or are you just gonna start with?
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
That's the best part about the game, becoming the owner.
All right, we're looking for it. We'll bring it up. We're gonna show it here in a second on YouTube.
They got 33 seconds.
Oh, it's 33 seconds left.
Before it starts.
Oh, okay. Let's stop typing again, Miles. I guess just use it from the laptop.
Yeah. I just gotta join in. This part of the thing will most likely have to be muted after a while.
Oh, because we're showing it at the same time?
Just because I just heard Kirk Herbstreit's voice.
Oh. They eliminating the stream. Oh well. Well, it ain't no big deal. I got a jet anyway, so I was gonna say just play it while we were gone. So, but it's all good. Anyways, man, go check that out, man. We will see you guys on today's Friday. Shit, we'll see you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend. Okay, we're gonna play it as the outro so you guys can stay tuned and watch this. Give me those streams. But yeah, so see you guys next time.
Hey everyone, Kirk Herbstreit here, and welcome to the official EA Sports College Football 25 Gameplay Deep Dive. Today's focus is on the exciting new Campus IQ gameplay feature set, which includes the new wear and tear system, player abilities, home field advantage, unique playbooks, and a host of new mechanics that deliver the explosive, fast-paced gameplay unique to college football. Let's get into it. The new wear and tear system changes how you approach every snap. Strategic substitutions and diverse play calling to keep your players healthy. With wear and tear, every hit matters, but not all hits have the same impact. And a single hit, like a blow to a quarterback's throwing arm, can change everything, just like it can in real life. Every hit scales differently and will have unique effects on a player's performance as damage and fatigue add up over the course of a game. Managing wear and tear is critical to your team's success, both in a single game and over the course of a season. In EA Sports College Football 25, we're introducing both mental and physical player abilities that help separate highly skilled players from untested freshmen. In contrast to the pros, where superstar talent is generally balanced across the league, the player abilities in college were designed to showcase the overall discrepancy in player and team skill levels. Physical abilities boost attributes like breaking tackles or can provide protection from wear and tear. Mental abilities enhance intangible traits like leadership, pre-snap clarity at the line of scrimmage, and staying calm under pressure. Here you can see the Stadium Pulse meter is maxed out, but the visiting quarterback does not have the mental ability, headstrong, which provides resistance to distractions. The visiting quarterback here does have headstrong active, so he can see the field more clearly and will be less prone to mistakes for this play. A player can have up to 8 abilities, and they can scale in effectiveness, providing situational advantages throughout a game that ignite the dynamic and unpredictable moments that make college football so exciting. From Tiger Stadium to Happy Valley, we're pumping the sights and sounds of the most iconic and daunting home field environments right into your living room. And with home field advantage, the host team has the upper hand. As the visiting team, you'll face various degrees of home field advantages impacting confidence and composure levels, on-field performance, and more. Home field advantage will disorient players with lower composure levels more than it will for the level-headed players. Decisions like audibles and hot routes will become more difficult because these stadiums will be rocking. So it's more important than ever to keep your team in manageable down and distance situations. With 134 FBS teams to choose from in EA Sports College Football 25, the wide range of play styles is something you can't experience anywhere else. From wide splits in Oklahoma, to the triple option at Air Force, to Michigan's dominant ground game, the playbook variety makes for unique matchups every game. Fake out your rivals with new user reverse handoffs, explore the new option game, and other new trick plays. With more teams throwing the ball all over the field, College Football 25's revamped passing mechanic adds control and variation to every dropback. To expand player variation at quarterback, we focused on tuning situational throws and an array of new trajectories that will provide more passing control with a timed button press. Other new gameplay mechanics will give you more control before and after the snap. Adjust the length of your primary route with custom stems. Switch players directionally with the new switch stick for post-snap control. Master the new kicking meter and call a number of new hot routes at the line. For more on gameplay and playbooks, check out the Campus Huddle blog. Subscribe today to get the latest EA Sports College Football 25 news. To make it game day every day this season, pre-order the MVP bundle, which includes both EA Sports College Football 25 and EA Sports Madden NFL 25 for Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5. Till next time.